on this patch.
Taking any amount of that damage will just help its case, especially with how light this character is.
I mean, if you're like taking like 0.5% less damage every attack you do, something like that, that adds up so quickly. That's like an extra like huge interaction with the damage and stock potential you're receiving.
Right.
I mean,
like, the way I see it is, like, Pichu was already still pretty good even after those, like, pretty big nerfs. Like, I thought that was still a really solid character. So you give anything, you give Pichu any sort of, like, little bit of help that just kind of goes a little bit further for him. I mean, that's just a net positive at that point. I mean, he's not going to be the monster he was when the game first came out, but, you know.
Yeah,
I also think when we look at this match, we need to look at this matchup and also talk about just Palutena's nerfs. Like, we've been talking about the damage buff to Pichu, or I guess nerf against himself, but you got to think about Palutena's grab got hit hard.
Yeah, that got murdered. Cut in half, actually.
This grab game is not even close to the monster it once was. That
like,
was
she can't
grab
right there! Did you see that?
Yep. I think that's Pichu being near me, but even then, like, I don't think Pichu's in a range of grabs on the ground. And, like, that's horrifying, because Palutena, like, kind of relies on that. So, yeah, and then it also messes up some of her combos, maybe. The dash attack
forward air
for punishing and even chasing people in the forward air. Bro, the forward air, like, nerf. The crazy thing is, I think she's still top tier, but, like, she's not contention for top 5, probably, like, top tier.
Yeah, she'd probably fill out a top 5, maybe. Because, like, again, like you mentioned, her big tools were, like, that dash attack was huge, right? The grab is probably the biggest thing we can really talk about. But even that forward air, you know, she lands on someone's shield. Like, what is it? I think, ooh, there you go. Big old back are going to be able to... wow, is that a 3-stock?
It was fake. Apparently, I actually didn't get nerfed that much. It was a fake image I saw on Twitter. Oof.
Of what?
So I posted on Twitter a picture of Palutena's grab in the nerf. Apparently that picture was fake, so now I'm very sad they got baited. And it was apparently 2 units, which isn't that much. Like, even like training mode units, it's like actually kind of tiny, but I guess still relevant.
I think it's relevant enough because Rivers thinks that Chrom beats Palutena now, so it's definitely something that's significant enough between the grab and the landing forward air on shield. That could be huge.
Knowing James as long as I have, he thinks Chrom beats many characters.
I mean, that's just having confidence in your character. But I mean, like, if your opinion can change on a matchup like that, then I think the nerf is significant enough, at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's so many things, right? You know, grab nerf, forward air nerf. Because I think about forward air nerf especially is, it's now -5 on block instead of like -2 or 3. Which means you can no longer gel people easily with like fair and air. So that pressure kind of being alleviated matters so much for like everyone in the game.
Right.
And it's mainly the main hit of that forward air, correct me if I'm wrong, was the fact it's increased the vulnerability when it's landing. Yes. So it's more of that short hop nerf.
Right. Yeah, it's the landing forward air. So like rising forward airs are still really good. But it does make a combo worse as well. So it's not just the pressure, but for like getting more damage out to be a little worse.
It's funny because we just saw all 3 of those moves come out there at once. We saw the forward air into a dash attack, which actually Pichu was able to shield into a grab. So all 3 of those things were on display in one sequence. That was actually kind of funny.
Let's go, Palutena. The devs knew what they were doing.
The cool thing about it is like all these characters kind of getting those touches. It kind of inadvertently buffs every other character at the same time.
Yep. Like, almost every character is losing matchup versus Palu, and a lot of them still will, but not going to be as bad. So everyone's going to feel like their character's better, even though it's kind of how it works, kind of isn't.
Yeah.
But your character doesn't suddenly become, like, better in the tier, unless they go above Palutena now. But unless your character, like, a really bad matchup versus Palutena 4, which is some characters that maybe Malcolm might be an example. But, yeah, it just feels nice overall.
It does, yeah. But yeah, it's a big turnaround right here for ClipBoardGuy. Actually got 3-stock game 1 and now taking the 1st stock in game 2. That's kind of huge.
Adaptation.
Yeah, it's that momentum is, like you're talking about, is just so key and pivotal in this, especially when you go down game 1 to a 3-stock. Even just getting that 1st stock in a game, whether the game ends up being in your favor or not, can just help so much to boost your confidence, because it could be a confidence killer to you easily, losing a 3-stock like that.
Alright, but when are we nerfing Palutena's upper next? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. There's a few characters that people are a little sad weren't touched at all. But you know what? You can't fix everything in one night, you know?
Listen, they murdered Wario in cold blood, and
Murdered?
that's where I
Still a
part.
solid high tier.
Wario's still very good, but like it's just Wario may have to work a little bit harder now.
They actually have to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that up tilt isn't gonna do everything for you. Thank goodness. I saw the nerf and I was like, wait, did they smart this patch? I'm confused. That's not from Nintendo I know.
This legitimately may be one of my favorite patches to come out of this entire game. Like it's not an incredible amount to where so many characters are changing, but other than like, I don't know why they patched Steve with the down smash increased range. However, I think that most of this patch is just really solid edits.
So can we just mention how Pichu sucks and can't kill?
Well, yeah, Pichu isn't like the glass cannon that it was before. I mean, it still is a glass, but not so much the cannon it
I'm
used
just
to
surprised,
be.
like, even like 192, like 470, it doesn't have a grab kill throw at all, which is insane.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's edgeguard there, and can bring this back, but right now it's looking for Pichu to get in still. Although, one combo is all you need with this character.
You see the back throw from Snakeeyes there, not gonna kill.
Great use of the recovery too.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, jump. Oh, she has a landing, I mean, the double jump on him.
Oh.
I'm bad, apparently. Down here, down here,
Big.
down here! Oh.
Oh.
No!
Fear! Fear!
The absolute perfect opportunity, had everything in his favor, just got way too careful at the end there.
Yeah, you don't wanna, like,
very nervous.
risk losing the game, but you have to go for it. When you have an opening like that to end the game and it's like all up to your execution, I guess if you're not confident in it, you don't go for it. But like, you should at least try to go for it regardless.
Like even then, like if you just like if you just kind of run off stage and kind of like jump back to the stage with like a back air, just try to cover that option because like Palutena's recovery, it's very exploitable. Right where she's gonna grab the ledge. Like if you throw out an active hitbox, you should be getting her. So unfortunate, but you know it is what it is. Good stuff to Snakeeyes.
And one thing worth mentioning is that she doesn't actually have that great airspeed and her fall speed's kind of high. So if you like hit her out with like recovery and she doesn't have a double jump, it's really hard for her to make it back. Like, she's not going to instant die, but she has to be worried. And it's very easy to get in the situation as a result.
I saw that explosive flame come out right at ledge off stage, and I legitimately thought that was a possible misinput. I thought they were going to SD for a second. I got really scared.
Yeah, now that's one of those like little Palutena tricks, which it might have been SD that didn't get punished, a mistake that didn't get punished. But that's one of the little Palutena tricks, which is cool, like side B and go super low. And if your opponent doesn't like shield it, they get hit, take a lot of damage, might die there especially. It's like, for some reason you never expect it, even if you affect matchup a lot, because it seems so weird.
Damn, you got a huge amount of people in this bracket today. Everybody's probably pulling out their Pyro and Mythra today.
Well,
hoping,
correct me if I'm wrong. Top Pyro Mythra placement gets a $50 prize.
Yeah, there's a little bounty. If there's multiples, I'll probably just split it between the multiples. But like, I'm thinking someone's gonna hit like top 8 with this character, and that'd be sick.
I mean, you got at least Sharp there, and Sharp just knows how to play every character. And then Louis Money, who's also another of those guys that has like 17 characters they can pull at any point in time. So there's definitely some people on board here. Even Esam can play. He knows how to pull out the right characters at the right time.
Like if you just look at the seeding, right? If you look at the seeding alone, let me see if I can find the full bracket real quick. But with players like that, Raven King, Chag, like, there's so many players that could just be pulling out the character because they're fundamentally solid players and body everyone.
I think Chag just got first place at Flat Realms yesterday, right?
Oh, I heard someone won Flat Realms yesterday with Pyro Mythra. Was that him?
It's Chag.
That was him? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Like,
there we go.
This is such an interesting time for me too, because I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am one of the biggest Xenoblade 2 fans you can find. So I had 2 requests when this game came out. I wanted Banjo, because it's the first game I ever played, and it's my favorite game of all time. And I wanted Pyro Mythra just because of how new it was and how much I loved it. I got my 2 characters, and so to now not only see that they're in the game, but how good they can, like, they look like they can be. Like, I was labbing all the Pyra side B footstool stuff and everything yesterday, like this character can be something, and I'm so excited to see some of these higher skill players that you said, like they just overall have a good sense of the game itself to see what they can pull out with this character.
Yeah. What I think is interesting is I want to see the Rory players and Crown players play this character, because I think this character is like going to appeal to them the most playstyle wise and fundies wise.
Probably, yeah. Have you guys seen the clips of the CPU Mithra?
Yeah.
Where she does the down
Oh my god.
footstools up. Like, dude, I've seen 3
jab
different
block.
clips. I've seen 3 different clips of that now. It's
Oh.
insane. I don't know what's
here we
going on,
go.
but it's happening. But here we go. Here we go. Yeah, DDD
Oh, we're
taking
starting with the
Pyra
Mithra.
With Armadillo as well.
It's actually not Armadillo. It's someone else, and that name is not a typo. Sadly, I wish it was.
No, it is Armadillo.
'Cause he just want you know. In that case, I'm changing his name in here because that need to forget my name.
Yeah, I forgot what it is. It's like a bet or something. I forgot, but
So we're seeing something that we've basically started to see in the past 24 hours with how just we've learned that this character works. Starting with the Mithra, waiting for the higher damage to come up, we're getting the faster speed and faster moves off of Mithra to go into Pyra for basically the kill options.
yeah, it's pretty much what
seems
the
like a good
PT.
strategy.
Yeah, it's pretty much like
exactly.
the PT effect that everybody had for a little bit, where everyone was like, okay, well, the first, like, 40% you're Squirtle, then you switch to Ivysaur for the next 40, and then you finish it off with Charizard, and who knows, it might actually stick out like that, because, like, PT doesn't play
Oh, God.
quite like that anymore. But,
You just swallowed it.
Wow, you just gone. Okay.
yeah,
fact,
that's scary.
Fun fact, by the way. So, Pyra is 6 points heavier than Mithra weight-wise. I think Mithra is like, I think Palutena weight, and Pyra is like hero weight or something like that.
I think it's Mario and Steve, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's something like that. Well, I know it's pretty significant difference in their weight, so you might want to just switch to one with like a higher percent to not die as early if you're really afraid. Maybe in like some matchups your combo food is Pyra, you don't play even at kill percent because it's too scary to combo, whereas Mithra has frame 1 combo breaks.
Now, also in this matchup right now, we see the DDD that got the side special buff, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he got a little bit of something there. I think the Gordo sticks into the stage a little bit more often, and I think there's just less vulnerability when he's throwing it out as well.
So I think it's 60% chance to stick as opposed to 50 now, and there's 1 less frame vulnerability, and he can now like hit back the Gordo, I think like 6 frames faster or something like that than before.
Okay.
It's actually nice probably, but not like game changing for the character.
No.
The fact that they keep buffing Gordo is just like, that's already his best move, guys. What are you doing there, Nintendo? That's scary.
Oh, big ol' upper. Dude, Pyra hits, like, I know she's slow and her moves aren't exactly the fastest thing, but when you get hit by them, it feels like I'm being hit by Arsene. Like, it's terrifying. She hits like a truck, and, like, I just pray I don't die at, like, 40% sometimes.
It is legitimately funny to say that Doria is no longer the funny smash attack. Like,
Yeah, right?
this forward smash kills significantly earlier.
And it reaches farther. It will grab you on ledge if you're on ledge too long. It's terrifying. It's really strong.
Even Pyra's up B, like I was playing online yesterday, and you can actually 2-frame with that up B right at ledge, and it's like this entire character is just scary.
You can also 2-frame with a neutral B, I know. So seems like they have a lot of good like 2-frame options, edge guard, ledge trap options. Because they're actually their edge guard isn't that great, I think. Like they don't need edge guard, or they have other stuff like that.
Yeah, the edge guarding's okay, and when she's off stage, like either of them are really off stage. If you can find a way to clip one of them, they're pretty much dead at that point.
I'm so afraid to edge guard with the character because if you miss like an edge guard at all, you're in such a bad spot. And as I say, if you hit them, they're dead. So it's like you don't ever want to go for an edge guard that isn't guaranteed, and you can't go that deep without dying either.
I also have to give props because I saw right there, because like it's kind of obvious that even though especially Pyra's up B has a lot of power to it, Mithra's up B is kind of like it's not the best recovery in the world, but I really like the use there at the end and used it as the drop down off of the ledge option to come back up with the scatter shot. I actually really like that use of it there to kind of continue spacing out between the two.
And she's got really great mobility actually when she's free falling as well. Like that's actually the craziest thing. It's like she can move, she can bob and weave. Like you have to make sure you're on top of your stuff because she could slip right past it if you don't catch her.
Yeah. It's good because she's not a big character. Like she's kind of a small model to be honest, and since she's so nimble, it's like it's very to actually hit her. You can also go Mithra and like just escape like so many situations by just existing.
Yeah, no, she's super quick. Like, they made her very fast. Never mind the fact that she's got, like, some of the, I think, the most ridiculous frame data in the game. Like, her aerials shouldn't be killing, but, like, they're just really good. They're solid disjoints. They're nothing super crazy, I think. But they, like, look at this. Like, look at all that. Like, it's just crazy.
No, it is legitimately some of the best frame data. Like, you have to think, stuff like the F tilt is frame 8, the up tilt is frame 7 on Mythra, the down tilt on Mythra is frame 5. Like, it is actually insane how fast Mythra can be.
Right.
There are some characters whose fastest option is frame 5 on like a jab. And she's just like, hey, combo, down tilt, disjoint, sword, move, no end.
Mythra's jab is frame 2.
Wait, her jab's frame 2?
Mythra jab is frame 2, and Pyra jab is frame 3.
Yeah, frame 3 is normal. Frame 2 is like, that means there's a lot of setups, so not only they don't work on her, but she can like break out of aggressively.
Like, oh yeah, we didn't even talk about bats within yet.
Foresight.
Oh my god, dude, Foresight's so ridiculous.
It's definitely a DLC move.
For sure. Did you see what Leffen put out earlier? Like, for characters who have a hitbox when they're recovering that extends past the ledge, she can Foresight onto the ledge and then punish them back off stage even further. It's actually crazy.
I love this game.
Yeah, it's like having a counter, but it's not a contextual special.
Oh my god. Woo. That's 2 forward smashes by Pyro so far. Armadillo's doing a pretty good job.
Armadillo keeps hitting his opponent, Lamar, I think? I can't pronounce the name because it's an L and an M. But yeah, definitely smack him up in back airs. So yeah, that's one of the little combos you gotta go for. I think a lot of Mythra's combos are gonna be like 1 or 2 hits into like a special. You get like 20, 30 damage on each.
The problem off
okay.
The problem off that update is that even at high percents on lighter characters, that has very little knockback to it. So it's really just like a gimmicky kind of combo to it. It's not really going to do much in the sense of actually creating more space between you and them.
Yeah, like you reset neutral after that a lot of times. It's not necessarily a disadvantage, to be honest, but more likely to do it when you're neutral reset. Which I give Mythra against neutral fine, so it's not going to be a hindrance.
I see more use for it, especially when using the scatter shot when you're recovering to ledge and you have your opponent trying to edge guard you. I feel like then is more of the better use for it because then there's a possibility